Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. This is Straight Facts Commentary where I give you my unpopular opinions in everything pop culture. So please stick around and subscribe for more. Hey y'all, I am back again with another video, and in today's video, you see the title, we are going to be speaking about Megan Thee Stallion, okay, and conversations that are being had on Twitter about her right now, and I just kind of wanted to chime in on those and give my thoughts on everything that is being said. So if you're interested in her, female rap, pop, conspiracy theories, trending topics, my unpopular opinions, whatever I feel like getting into for real, go on ahead and subscribe, and let's get into this video. So, Megan Thee Stallion is being discussed on Twitter, or at least she was a couple of days ago, and I just found the discourse very interesting. I love going on Twitter and seeing what the discourse is around female rap and pop culture, so I wanted to talk about it. So, people are saying that Megan Thee Stallion right now is showing no type of musical growth, okay? In relation to Megan, the album she just dropped, and also the Act 2. And if you guys are watching my channel regularly and this is not your first video, then you will know that I've talked about Megan quite a lot in the last few months. I did a review on the original Megan album. I also did a review on Act 2, and I didn't really care for the original Megan, but I really enjoyed Act 2. And I was a little confused initially because it was like butterfly themed, and her first album was obviously like snakes and stuff like that, and then it changed to butterflies, which is completely different. So I was a little confused there. But as far as the album itself, I thought it was pretty solid. There are tracks that I'm listening to on a weekly basis from the project, but what I will say though is, as it stands right now with Act 2 and the general populace, there isn't much conversation around it. We didn't have a whole bunch of tracks from Megan Act 1, go super crazy. We did have Mamushi, and I think one other, Bigger in Texas. Is Bigger in Texas from Act 1 or Act 2? I'm not sure, but we had that song and then also Mamushi. But from Act 2, there isn't like a record off of that album that's really gone crazy or gone up, or it's like, oh, this is top 10, top 20, top 30. Not that I know of. I know she is getting ready to release a new single, I believe with Twice, which is that K pop group. But what I will say though, even though I liked it personally in comparison to Act 1, it doesn't change that perception for others. Other people don't seem to be talking about it as much, or giving it that much attention. I heard that it didn't really sell that well in comparison to the first act, which normally does happen anyway, so I'm not surprised to hear that. But it's just like, okay, it's kind of fallen under the radar, and she was probably expecting a couple of songs off of that project to do, very well, or to get, some sort of Billboard entry. What I will say too is I don't feel like Megan Thee Stallion's public perception as an artist has changed or anything. I think people respect her. They still hold her as, one of the top female rappers in the game. I just don't feel like she's super hot right now. She's not super buzzing or has any like huge song or huge single or huge album really attached to her right now, but I think she'll always have the respect of being one of the top female rappers in the game, and also actually having talent and actually knowing how to rap. So I don't really feel like her public perception at all is going to change in terms of her rap skills and ability. She just doesn't have a hit right now, or honestly a hit album. I would love to say her album was a hit, but I really wouldn't say it's like one of the most acclaimed albums public perception wise out of, within the last year. People don't talk about it as much, and they're not really talking about Act 2 as much. But again, I made a video a while ago where I was saying a lot more things that come into conversation or discourse around Megan Thee Stallion is whatever drama she's in, or whatever situation happened to with Tori, or this whole Winnie Harlow thing, or her suing bloggers, or other conversations around her that don't have anything to do with music. That is the main conversation around her. But even with that being the case, I don't think that it takes away the respect that most people still have for Megan and her ability and how far that she's come and where she is, and the accolades that she does have and the things that she has accomplished. I just think that she needs a new hit, a new hit song, a new hit record, because the songs that have come out that were, hits or, viral have already kind of fizzled out at this point. And the songs from off of Act 2, I don't think any of them went super crazy, like I was saying. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get into Twitter and see what the discourse that people were having around Megan. Okay, so the tweet reads, I think Meg is beautiful. or is a beautiful, talented girl, but I think she lacks growth. Everything seems the same. The hairstyle, it isn't that from the Crybaby video. The dance moves, the flow, it's never anything fresh and new. She just leads with sexuality and that's it. Some replies say Rock Nation is going to go broke trying to have her outdo someone that don't even have to drop music videos. Now I'm with you when you're right. Music sounds the same and repeatedly making the same video, pretty much. And the endless samples. I mean, for me, I feel like everybody is really overusing samples. A lot of people are doing that, so it's not really just on Meg. First, she's too big. She be dressing like a 6 year old. These little clothes she's always wearing. When Nikki wear the same pink wig and been doing the same old Barbie ish and sexual ish for years, y'all don't say nothing. But Meg been doing her thing. Y'all pick and choose, and y'all fix your own narratives regardless. Rather, the music quality is there or not is opinionated. Ooh, so do you guys agree with that? Do you feel like Nicki Minaj has been doing the same thing? I feel like she's always had the Barbie aesthetic, yeah, but her songs don't, her songs do always sound different. For the most part, outside of these ones, she just put on that pink print thing. But other than that, they normally do. She legit doesn't grow and evolve. She's stuck. Like, why are you almost 30 years old dressed as a cheerleader in high school? Well, this was based off of the movie, that movie. That's what she was doing. This video is cute and I love her music videos, but her references be fire. But the song is, I just wish she did a music video for right now. I like this song. I think this is for Rocksteady, but I would have liked a different music video for a different song personally, not this one. That's most of the rap girlies, by the way. The rap dudes have their own thing as well, but mostly not innovative. The high school vampire video treatment, highly unoriginal. Chloe just did that one too. Y'all don't ask Nicki Minaj to stop making them stupid faces and animated ass cadences in every song. Y'all soak that ish up because that's her style. Let Meg have her style. Very well said. Tina Snow and Fever was her best projects. Everything went downhill for. Oh, I listen. Tina Snow and Fever were great. Those are my favorite projects from Megan. Seriously, seriously, seriously. So I kind of agree. I didn't really care for Good News and like some of her other projects as much. I liked Traumazine though. She just don't know how to evolve. Times change, people change, but she isn't. As I mentioned before, Meg should have stayed in 2020, at the latest 2021. Wow, she exploded right at the time of the late 2010s when all the X positive stuff was at its height, but now it's 2024 and we're fatigued. It's time to move on now. Damn. And all she can do is put her tongue out and scream and wear booty shorts and show her ass and use the same flow. Not for me. I think she needs to rebrand without the sexuality leading thing. Sex only sells for so long before people get bored. And it's unfortunate that she can't grab interest without sex appeal. Ooh, do you guys think she needs to rebrand? I mean, because the sexuality stuff is a big part of female rap and a lot of, female rappers lead with it. So if that's the case, then they all need to rebrand. Y'all really sound like haters and have really nothing else to talk about. She's literally one of the only female rappers out here dropping top tier visuals. She does be having the great visuals for a minute now. Endorsements, branding deals, like please be for real. I'm guessing y'all ain't getting the concept for this either. So they love to talk numbers because they can't talk talent is interesting because there are only two girls that can do numbers and one is her friend. And the other is more talented than her. So who do you be subbing, babe? Rinse, wash, and repeat, same flow and cadence. Hold on now, this pose is very familiar. Onika? Did you listen to Megan, both acts? She doesn't lack growth in the slightest. She's just being very overly dramatic with her image. She's improvising in many aspects, but not pulling a massive Katy Perry Witness or Doja Cat Scarlet on everyone. Overall, she can rap, she just repeats the same ish. A hairstyle and a dance? Since when can't you repeat a hairstyle? Y'all let Nicki wear Chinese bang for how long now? I think it's just laziness. I think they know the GP, shea butter biscuits, that's crazy, lean towards twerking beats and half naked visuals. They have so many artists that are creative and they pay dust or completely or complain that it's weird. So this is what they get, in my opinion. Okay, so that is what Twitter had to say. The discourse around Megan is that she lacks growth, and that she needs to grow in her musicality. I thought a lot of songs on Act 2 were different, and they did sound different in comparison to Act One. Some of them, not every single one, but a good handful of them. So I feel like she did switch it up a little bit on this act, but I don't know if people just meant like this act or if they meant Megan in general. I think they mean her in general as an artist in her entirety, and I guess the entirety of her image. So you guys let me know, do you feel like Megan needs to change her image or rebrand or, not lead with what she's leading with now? Because I feel like I get what they're saying, but at the same time, I feel like Traumazine, specifically that album had a lot more elements on it that were different from just sexuality. I mean, there were sex songs on Traumazine, like don't get me wrong. It's not a Megan project without some kind of explicit song. But I feel like there were, different topics that were talked about in that one. They weren't hit records though. And then on this album, there was a lot of songs about sexuality, but then there was others as well. So, and then some genre switching and things like that. So, I don't know. I think she's doing okay with trying to be versatile, but I just don't think it's enough. I don't think it's a big enough switch. I think people want an entire rebrand in how she's marketed. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what people are saying. Me, I love Megan for how she is. You know what I'm saying? I love how she is. I love how confident she is, boastful, how she's in your face. I like that about her. That's one of my favorite qualities about her, honestly. But at the same time, though, you do have to listen to criticism and different things people are being said about you, especially when her last project, Megan, and specifically Act Two didn't garner a whole bunch of noise and attention around it after it dropped. Otherwise, that's what we'd be talking about now. But you guys leave your thoughts down below on what you'd like to see from Megan, or whether or not you agree with what was said, or just your generalized thoughts. And that's really it for this one. Love you, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.